Hey everybody, I'm here with my good friend Saraswati Om.
Hello.
If you guys are longtime viewers of the channel, you might have seen her before because she's been my good friend for how long? Maybe like 8 or 9 years, right? And we've done videos before in the past. She owned the yoga studio in the Syracuse area, but now she lives in Iceland, so I never see her anymore. We did a video last year about cacao, ceremonial cacao.
And vegan products from Iceland.
Yeah, you
Or
brought me a bunch
Europe,
of vegan
yeah.
products. Yes.
And all over Europe.
So what we're going to do tonight, we just kind of put this together. I got a few different vegan products that she's never had, and we're going to try them out and see how they are.
Let's really tell them how this went down. I came here and I said, what's new? What new vegan products have come out that I haven't had? And
I started
this is the
saying-
person that would have them.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And he's like, I don't have anything. And then,
But then I pulled out.
are we allowed to swear here?
Well, I'll have to beep it out.
And then this motherfucker pulls this out.
If you guys remember,
Super vegan chocolate.
super vegan chocolate. I haven't eaten it all yet, and I got this at the Expo West back in March. So we're gonna go through it. This is Belvis, and if you guys remember the video that I did, I ended up I think they were from Switzerland, and he said this doesn't exist anywhere, and he said I only made a batch or two of these. These are super vegan, which means none of this chocolate has ever come in contact with any kind of facility or anything that processes other
Dairy,
things with dairy or anything like that. And this is Belvis it's not a completely vegan company, but he had his own super vegan unit for this chocolate. I've already tried a few of them, but we're going to try them again with you. Okay, here we are.
He was trying to keep this from me. Oh, I don't have anything.
I don't have
everything.
anything, but then I remembered I did.
Hoarding chocolate. Keeping the good, good stuff.
So some of them are gone, but they're all the same. They're duplicates. I got 2 of each, and that's the chocolate.
Do you remember what was what?
I think that they're all different shapes, but they're all the same.
Oh, okay.
So we could cut them in half, or you could have whatever one you want.
I'm going to take whatever
Take whatever one you want. Go for it. I'm going to have this one right here.
Vegan.
Belvis. Super vegan, not just vegan.
Super vegan.
Like us. By the way, we're both long-term vegans. I think you're only like 24 days older than me, too. Oh, I'm not supposed to say that. I'll edit that out.
I don't care.
Some people don't want to know their... So what do you think?
I think I'm going to eat another one.
Okay. It's
so good. That's what I
super
wanted.
vegan is super good. Yeah, that's really good. I just want to like let it melt in my mouth, but then I can't talk.
It's super creamy and totally melts in your mouth.
I'm doing this based on memory from like 4 months ago. Anyway, how about we do this? Let's go to some other products, and then at the end we'll come back to this. I know it's locked in her eye. She's like, what? Okay.
Belvas.
I figured we'd do the chocolate first since we...
Now we're going to go to savory.
Well, wait a minute.
More chocolate.
Vago has a new Vago bar, which I've already done for you guys, but it's a crisp. It's like a Nestle Crunch, but not Nestle. We got Vago crisp.
This is incredible. Can I try this?
Yeah,
I haven't seen this.
You can have the whole one.
Yay, thank you.
Yes.
So when I was a kid, I'll tell you a story. The crisp bar, what were they?
What?
Nestle. This was
Nestle
obviously
Crunch.
before.
Nestle Crunch.
Nestle Crunch. Forgot what they were called. Before I was vegan, right? So I was maybe 13 years old.
So I was 13
I was
also.
vegetarian, but I was a horrible vegetarian. I didn't even know about veganism until I read A Diet for a New America. And then I was like, oh, I have to stop eating all this. I can't eat this knowing all this now, right? But when I was a horrible vegetarian, and I say that because I was eating nothing but French fries.
We didn't know anything back then. We just did. We were like the test subjects back then. There was no information
Yeah.
out there, really. There was no internet.
Right. No. And so, and our parents didn't know anything.
No,
So
you're going to die.
Nestle Crunch had a contest where they had like in the wrapper, if you tried it, you could win a free bar.
Kind of
So
like Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I used to steal like $1 in quarters from my father's dresser every day and walk up to the drugstore
I
to
hope your dad's
buy
not watching this.
a chocolate bar. Oh, he will. He loves your channel. And then one day I remember I kept on winning. And so I kept on going back to get more and more and more. Yeah.
They were good, but now we can eat them guilt-free.
Yeah. And this is going to be probably way better. Guaranteed.
As long as you clean your palate from this. I think it's been long enough.
Bringing back memories.
That's what it looks like. We need smell-o-vision so they can smell it. But it's like,
Well
it's such
done.
a creamy chocolate, right? And there's a good amount of crisp in
Yeah,
there.
that's what I like the most is like they've mastered this.
So
Well done.
we started with the chocolate. Now we're going on to other things that aren't chocolate.
Savory.
So I recently just did a video on this, but over on my Instagram account. So Michelle's Granola, all vegan granola, and they just partnered with Jason Mraz, who's also a vegan, and they got Mystic Magical Matcha. So I got a spoon out here I probably got this from you, the wooden spoon.
Yep.
And if you want, you can just dunk it in there. This is brand new, by the way. It's only like a week old or so. Just try a little bit of that. A nugget. Crunch, crunch. They have so many different flavors too.
This is good.
It is.
You know what I would do with this?
I put mine in a smoothie bowl. What do you do?
Put it on a smoothie bowl, put it on ice cream,
Ice cream, smoothie bowl,
put it in yogurt,
yogurt. Yep.
chia parfait,
Yep.
or just make a big bowl of it.
Yeah. It's
With
good.
some Oatly.
I do the same thing. I feel like we're flying through this.
Endless.
Endless. I've got a few other bags over there behind the camera.
Limited edition.
Limited.
Limited.
This is another product that I got at Expo that I thought was pretty cool. I actually just opened this before you got here.
Really?
I've had it since Expo, and I just conveniently opened it. I was really fiending for some kind of snack, and I'm like, I don't really want to have the rest of this chocolate.
And then I was wanting a snack and, oh, what's new? And nothing.
We got the carrot bacon, not to be mixed up with Kevin bacon. I just opened it, so yeah, try some.
Okay.
It's exactly what you would.
I know I'm going to
expect.
like this right off the bat because it's savory.
I've had some that I didn't like, but I really like this. This
And
is
I
good.
like-
This is really good.
I like chips. So this would be such a better.
Yeah, it's really good.
These are awesome. I would eat these instead of chips. I would put these on my salad. Awesome.
Because I've had carrot bacon that's not good or just mediocre, but this is it's really good. And they have onion and they have beet.
I don't do the onion.
Unfortunately, that's
It messes with your meditation.
I'll eat all the onion. What's your favorite thing that you can get in Iceland that they don't have here? Vegan. And I'm not talking about the fruits and vegetables. I'm talking about like when you go to your store and you can't find it in the United States.
I have to say, from home, the water.
The water.
I have a list. Can I go through a short list and tell you the why?
Yeah.
So we have the best water in Iceland. The water from our tap comes straight from the glaciers, and there's not fluoride or chlorine or any of those neurotoxins in our water. We have the best water on earth. We can drink from the waterfalls, from
I wish we could import
most
that
rivers.
over here.
It's incredible. And our hot water smells like sulfur, but it's because it comes from the earth. It's geothermal, so it's like soaking in a hot spring in your bathtub. Or
It doesn't
in your
make
shower.
you smell afterwards, does it?
No,
No?
no. So definitely the water is the first thing I miss when I come back to the States. And in the store, I have to say, I know you didn't say produce, but we have the most amazing dulse, which is seaweed.
Yeah, I have some
And
right here.
we have a ton of it on our beaches, but you can buy it in the produce section, and it's sourced right in Iceland. So that's pretty incredible, and it's not dry, so it's actually like soft and fresh.
You cook with it and stuff?
Yeah, it's not like how we buy it here. Like you can put it in your salads or with avocado and
It's great for like a replacement for salt because it has a lot of
Yeah.
iodine in it.
yeah, natural iodine, and seaweed is great for trace minerals, which we really need. Our soil is deficient in that, and especially for vegans, it's just an excellent source.
I use it for when I make the dogs their food.
Yeah, right.
I put it in there because I don't want to put salt in it.
And then let me think about like what product, like packaged product, I miss when I come here.
What about the cheese they have there or the ice cream?
So we have a lot of Violife. Of course, we have Oatly. And then we have this brand called Naturally, which is like Bananarama. But any ice cream store, like ice cream shops. So ice cream shops in Iceland are open all year round, unlike the U.S., right? So in
Right.
the U.S., they
Iceland.
close during
The winter.
winter. How ironic. It's
Yeah.
like Icelanders are really crazy about their ice cream. So they're open all year round, and every ice cream place will have vegan options.
Well, too bad we couldn't do more videos, but you know, you have to go back to Iceland. But between the both of us, we've been vegan for well over 50 years.
It's terrifying.
I know, it sounds crazy. But we're both long-term vegans. We're not dead. We didn't fall off the face of the earth. We didn't wither away and die. We don't have protein deficiencies.
No.
I don't know what
How
else.
old are you now?
As old as you. See? Now you can't say it.
When did you go vegan?
I think when you went vegan. 94.
Yeah.
She just showed me her front or back, either her front yard or backyard.
Front yard.
Orcas swimming in the ocean.
Oh, the side yards. I live on
The
the
side
peninsula.
yard. So you see volcanoes, ocean,
It's true.
orcas.
Volcano on the left at the end of my street. I live on a peninsula, so you can see the volcano
That's pretty
erupting
awesome.
right now across the sea. And then on the right side, exactly, you're right. I saw orcas swimming the other day. It was amazing. Me and my husband thought they were sharks.
They look like.
And then we're like, no, it's orcas. And so I was like, pull over. And I jumped out of the car.
Well,
I
probably
was so
do the same
happy
thing.
and ran to the sea to videotape them. It was so beautiful. It was incredible. We have this great museum, I guess, in Iceland. It's like called Whales of Iceland, and it's all about whale conservation. And they have these life-size whales. It's really cool. I want to do a sound journey in there and like raise money for stopping and ending whaling. So.
That would be awesome.
Okay, what is the worst vegan meal you ever had in your life? Like, because we've been vegan for so long, you have to remember when we first started eating this way and changed our lifestyle, there was one soy milk. And I'm not going to say the name, but it tasted like chalk. It tasted like chalk, right? But we just were like, this is great.
There's so
This is what
many-
we had. So along the way, what was like the worst thing? Did you ever like get a burger with just lettuce and tomato
I mean,
in the
it's
bun?
usually when I went to like events like weddings or stuff like that,
Yeah.
and then they try to like cater or make something for a vegan, and it's like a couple pieces of lettuce, one onion, one little, ring of
Okay.
an onion, a tomato, and like they give you a little bit of pasta.
I have a story.
Probably something like that. But the worst meal that I had, I don't want to throw anybody on the bus, but there was a really bad baked, like, spaghetti lasagna. It was bad.
It was gross.
And you just thinking about it makes my stomach churn. But
So when I was in my early 20s, I went to the Seychelles Islands, which is in the middle of nowheres. in the Indian Ocean
Wow.
off the east coast of Africa, near Madagascar.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. Over by Diego Garcia a little bit.
And so I just knew that I didn't know what was going to be vegan there. So I brought Luna bars as like protein bars, you know,
Right.
for the 2 weeks that I was there. And the first night I arrive, and I'm staying in this really nice hotel, boutique place, whatever. And I was there with somebody, and they bring out his non-vegan meal, and then they brought out my meal, and I kid you not, it was shredded, peeled carrots with black pepper on them. That was it. That was it.
Wow.
It was an interesting 10 days.
I guess when you got nothing else to eat.
I ate coconuts off the beach like Tom Hanks from
You cast away?
Castaway, and became a fruitarian and had a little cleanse for 10 days because that's
Wow.
all I could eat was fruit on the
Yeah.
island.
When you go into
There
survival
was
mode.
nothing. There was no rice. There was nothing on the island. It was wild. No lettuce, no greens.
It's interesting. Yeah.
So I have to say that was the worst meal, even though it was carrots. It was just...
Carrots and pepper. I feel like we could make this into like a podcast or something where we could just sit down and talk forever about all different kinds of things. But
funny stories.
yeah.
Did you ever get like kickback from your parents when you first
Yes.
started this lifestyle? And what did you hear?
Did I get kickback from my parents?
Because
Yes.
you've all seen his lovely parents in some of your videos.
Well, when I first started veganism, they didn't obviously support. Actually, it wasn't the veganism that they didn't support. I went vegetarian a few years before I went vegan. So I was pretty young. I was like 14. I went vegetarian. And they said that, I was going to make myself sick and I shouldn't be doing this. And I was just stubborn in my ways. I'm doing it. I'm going to make my own food like this. But I remember saying, like, they'd have dinner ready and I'd come to the table and I'd be like, I can't eat anything. And then they would say stuff like, well, if you ate what the rest of us ate, you wouldn't be hungry. And, so I...
That's a classic parent
very
response.
often started learning to make my own food at that point. It wasn't until my younger brothers followed, suit and went vegetarian themselves that my mom was like, okay, now I got to start making food for the rest of the, my kids. So then it was like vegetarian foods. And then when I went vegan, it was just me. And shortly after, again, when I had my brothers, one of my brothers went vegan, and she started making food that was vegan. And I don't know, you probably remember this, but I used to call it, like, we used to say go vegan, and then it got shortened down to go. So then my mom would be like, well, this is go, this is go, this is go. And like, we all knew what she meant, but it was hilarious when we would go to family functions and my mom would put out all the food and she goes, guys, just so you know, this is go, this is not go, and that is go. And then everybody be looking at her like, what the hell is she talking about? But we knew.
I love your mom. She's great.
Go vegan.
Go vegan.
What about your parents? Did they support you?
Yeah, I would say like my mom was pretty great.
And they still are now, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like my mom in the beginning used to make me and like my friends like crazy vegan food. I think she was just concerned of like, what is my daughter going to eat? And so she made recipes from Vegetarian Times, like vegan recipes from Vegetarian Times. So
I've got a recipe in Vegetarian Times.
yeah, and I ate really healthy when I was first vegan. There wasn't a lot of processed or packaged food. So my mom used to make me vegan samosas and yeah, like bags of them, and I'd bring them to hardcore shows, or like if we were like going to see an Earth Crisis show somewhere.
I remember going over to Mike's Whole Food during the hardcore shows and buying like a wrapped seitan sandwich back in the day. Or if you could find a jar of Veganese, because remember we had the mayonnaise.
Right.
But if you could find the Veganese back then, you'd bring it with you, and then you'd buy like a sub somewhere with like no meat, no
Yep.
cheese, and then you'd add your own Veganese to it.
What was that place in Ithaca?
It was Shortstop, and unfortunately, it's not vegan anymore.
Really?
Because we used to get the Grand Slam at Shortstop, which was a huge seitan sandwich. It was awesome. And sometimes...
And it was open 24 hours, right?
Yeah,
So we would go there after shows, or I would go out there after dancing. We would.
Yeah.
I just remember being there in the middle of the night, like 2 in the morning or something.
And they had Susie's seitan, which is a local Ithaca-made seitan. And as time went on, when they had vegan cheese, we'd have the vegan cheese on it and the Veganese and stuff. And then the last time I went there with Jeremy, and we went in there, and I was asking about, because I had been a little bit, I asked about like the vegan options and stuff, and then the one guy goes, I don't think this is vegan. I'm like, what, the seitan sandwich isn't vegan anymore? And he's like, I'm pretty sure that there's like honey in the rolls. And then he asked the other guy, and he's like, yeah, all these rolls have honey in them. And I'm like, if you could make them without honey, you'd have that vegan option again. I even tried, because it's also a convenience store, I tried to look for some bread there that they could make it on, because we drove all the way down there. But unfortunately, it's not vegan anymore.
It's not good to eat honey that's been cooked either. It's actually toxic to the body and the channels.
Well, there you go.
So there's
Don't
another
eat the
reason.
honey. But
There's another reason.
there was so much.
So many reasons.
I mean, the Grand Slam was like that big. It was like a hoagie that big, filled with seitan.
I never got that one. I could never do that.
We always did that, and like I would. All right, we didn't know this, but the phone died, and we kept talking for I don't even know how many minutes.
Forever, and telling great
stories. Great
so
stories.
funny.
They were, but basically we were just talking to ourselves. And we did find out that this chocolate right here is from Belgium.
Belgium.
And it's really good. We will
Do a recap.
a recap another time. We've run out of time tonight.
Alive, maybe me in Iceland, you here.
We could do that.
And share the
Or
stories.
the next time I go to Iceland, or the first time I go to Iceland, the next time you come here, we'll set aside a time and actually do a longer, just kind of like, maybe we'll even do a live Q&A. Who knows?
Yeah, we could do that.
But anyway, that's it for this video.
That's all.
Thank you for stopping by and telling stories with me, and talking about the good old days,
And eating all your chocolate.
all the chocolate.
As usual.
And we'll see you guys next time. So stay safe, watch out for zombies.
Thanks for tuning in to
Adios.
the Vegan Zombie.